Top 10 Best Anime of 2019. Number 10, I'm putting in Promised Neverland. It was a good anime. The only thing I didn't like about it is the first episode. I thought it was going to be amazing, and then the rest of it was just good. So that's really just more of a personal issue with me. It was still good, I just thought it was going to be amazing, so when it wasn't amazing, it was kind of a letdown. But overall, it's really good. Number 9 is Don Machi. This is an enjoyable dungeon type anime with combat and magic. It's not particularly amazing or really great, but it's good and fun to watch. Number 8 is Enin no Shotai or Fire Force. This is a pretty good anime. I really like the art and animation. It was really unique and something I haven't seen in another anime. It has good characters, good fighting, a good world. The plot isn't super amazing to me, but the plot's not bad. Number 7, I'm going to say Rising of the Shield Hero. What I really liked about this anime was it kind of invokes emotion in you. I kind of got upset when I saw Naofumi get screwed over at every single point. So I really haven't felt like that type of anger at an anime. And you feel anger at a situation. So it's kind of a unique feeling watching that anime, and I really enjoyed it. And what I also liked about it was no matter what happened to Naofumi, he always kept pushing on, and he always overcame his obstacles. So I thought that was good. So the characters are likable. I like the world. I like the combat. I like the mystery behind the raid shield. Number 6, I'm going to say Shincho Yusha. This is another Isekai get summoned into another world anime. But I like Shincho Yusha a little bit more because I like the combat more. I liked the humor in it. I like the animation a bit better. But they're really close. They're both really good in my opinion. Number 5, I'm going to say Carol and Tuesday. Carol and Tuesday is really beautiful for an anime. Usually in anime there's some kind of cliche, but Carol and Tuesday is really fresh and new, and it really is just a beautiful story, and it's very unique, so I would definitely check out Carol and Tuesday. Number 4, I'm going to say Attack on Titan. I know a lot of people love this anime, and some people think it's the anime of the decade. Personally, I think it's very good, but it's just not what I like the most. But Season 3 Part 2 is really good. I really like Levi versus Beast Titan. But I don't really understand animation at a deep level, so I can't really appreciate the animation of it as some people can. But overall, I like it. I like the combat. I like the story. It's just not personally one of my favorites. Number 3, I'm going to say One Punch Man Season 2. I know a lot of people didn't like it, and some people were really harsh on the animation. But like I said previously, I don't even really notice animation that much. I really just pay attention to the story. I notice animation if I go back and rewatch something, but when I initially watch it, the lack of animation doesn't really bother me. What I liked about Season 2 of One Punch Man is I really liked Garo. He was really an interesting villain, and he really captivated me. The humor was still good, the fighting was still good. So I think it's definitely still good and enjoyable to watch. Number 2 is Boku no Hero. I haven't been too impressed with the season so far, but episode 74 was really good, and that's what I was expecting out of Boku no Hero. And I'm putting it at number 2 because I have expectations for what is to come. The world and the characters are just set up to be amazing, so I'm really hoping Boku no Hero lives up to everyone's and my expectations. And number 1 I'm going to say is Demon Slayer. I like Demon Slayer a lot. One of the main things I liked about it was the 3 characters, Inosuke, Zenitsu, and Tanjiro. They are perfect foils for each other. They're very similar and they're very different. They're very similar because they're all Demon Slayers and they're all warriors. But they're all very different because Tanjiro, he's a warrior that displays empathy for demons, and he doesn't necessarily want to fight, but he will. And Inosuke is on the polar opposite. He loves fighting. And then Zenitsu is on the other polar opposite. He's kind of a coward. So they're very similar and they're very different, and they play perfectly off each other. And the fact that there's 3 of them kind of makes like a triangle of people, and they all support each other. And it's much better than having 2 or more, because if you get more, it would just be too many. So I think they have the perfect amount of characters, and they have the perfect designs. And my favorite part of Demon Slayer would be the family arc with Rui in the mountains. I think that perfectly describes what the demons are like. We see Tanjiro have a lot of empathy for demons, and he meets the 2 that are trying to develop a cure. So you start to wonder if the demons are worthy of being saved. But then you meet Rui, who is trying to do something human-like, have a family, but you see it's very dark and broken and corrupted. The core of his family is filled with violence and fear. So you have a demon trying to do something human-like, but it's completely distorted. So in my opinion, what it shows is that at the fundamental level, demons are not humans. So even though Tanjiro can feel empathy for them, he still has to do his job as a demon slayer. So I thought this was masterfully well done on how to explain what demons are really like and why Tanjiro has to do his job even though he feels empathy for them. I think the story is really good. I think Muzan is an excellent villain. And at the time making this video, I've seen that Funimation, their vote has shown Demon Slayer as the anime of the decade. I don't really know if it's the anime of the decade. I think what contributed that a lot is probably recency bias, and also Demon Slayer is one season. And so if you have something really good in a small, concise form like one season, it's really hard to pick it apart and find flaws in it. You just have one thing that's really amazing, whereas something like Attack on Titan is really spread out, and you have more time to find flaws and more time to kind of forget what happened. But since Demon Slayer is really small, concise, and recent, I think that's what definitely attributed to the vote. Overall, these are just my opinions of the top 10 anime. There's a lot of anime that I know is really good that I haven't watched yet, such as Vinland Saga. I'll have to go back and watch Dororo as well. So these are just my opinions out of what I've seen. I know a lot of good anime, so this is all just personal opinion. And to mention, I think one thing that deserves honorable mention for anime of the decade is Made in Abyss. I think that anime is very, very, very good. And I saw they did win a poll on some sites, so I think Made in Abyss and Demon Slayer are probably my favorite animes I've seen recently.